I'm Lauren. I'm operations manager over here, as you guys know. Okay. I'm not a public speaker, and I can barely talk to people one-on-one, so excuse me. But count how many times I say today for me. But my son Will is 15. We've been through a lot with the school district. Our situation was pretty different than Kevin's, and I wanted to show kind of the other side of it. But Will's abilities, he's got really great gross motor skills, and he's really good at playing basketball. He loves it. At making baskets. Actually, doing a game he could never do, but only because he wants to shoot more baskets. He loves people. He makes strong connections with people. All his caregivers. He's very sweet. Love him. He's got a real endearing personality. He's always smiling, unless he's having an aggression, but he's really sweet. He loves to talk about music, people, favorite places, on repeat, over and over and over again. We know a lot about trains, and we know a lot about certain songs that I listen to the first 10 seconds of every hour, or for an hour. His challenge is that he's nonverbal. He is sensory defensive, but seeks thrills until he has the SYNGAP snap, which hopefully, whereas Aaron's not here right now, but hopefully Aaron will talk about it when he does his, because it's real. He perseverates on preferred items and environments and will elope towards them. Eloping is a huge problem. He loves doors, cabinets, staircases, ceiling fans, trains, traffic cones, like anything that's out in the world, and doors especially. I could never bring him in an environment like this because he'd be banging on the door the whole time. He has no sense of danger, and I worry about his safety all the time. That's my number one nightmare, is that he's safe, or I can't find him, or I can't catch up to him. Like a real nightmare every night. Let's see, aggression related to discomfort, especially constipation really bothers him. We've tried many, many meds to get that figured out, and we can't. His other trigger is denied access, and his newest thing is to attack me while we're driving. And he's 6'1" and 215 pounds at 15. I can imagine he's gonna get at least a few more inches taller. He's really big, which is crazy because I am not. But, and I think in a different life he probably would have been an athlete, like a star athlete, because he's so good with his motor skills. School success looks like managing a full day of school measured by reduced aggression and fewer elopement attempts, which, I mean, this is just like what it would be like at a perfect school for him, or his situation. Building routine-based skills for daily living, recreation, and relationships. None of it's academic. Don't care. Our stretch, like long-term goal, is literally just to take him on an outing, like without another person. Like that's all we want to do. If just me, if I could just take him out somewhere by myself. But I mean, that's a good goal. Yeah, I think he'll get there one day. I really do. And then I just want to say what, Kevin pretty much did, but what a self-contained education is. A smaller school for students who need more intensive support, which a lot of Syngapians really do. There's usually 2 or 3 special ed teachers, depending how big it is. And all schools are different all over the world. We got many people from different countries and everything, so just, this is how it is where I live in Colorado. Let's see, individualized instruction, a modified curriculum. Let me go to my next slide. Provide structured routines, behavior supports, sensory accommodations, and then you can read the rest, you get it. My next slide is, so just how long it took us to get here. He's in 10th grade now. He started in early intervention. I won't read all this, but he started with early intervention, which is a program for kids, under preschool age. And he was a little over, I think he was around 18 months. I kind of can't remember, but anyway, and we started that, and that got us into this Head Start program. And then we got into preschool early. He could start right when he was 3. And and it was like amazing. I was like, this is life. This is going to be great. This is going to be so easy because they had the 2 classrooms of regular kids and then the special ed kids together. and it was like inclusive and all the things everybody was and it was so cute and everybody was helping him and all the things were just perfect. And I was like, great, here we go, what a great experience. I had no clue what was to come. We went to public elementary school after that. It was terrible. We did it for a year. Kindergarten was okay, but then they had a new changeover of teachers, all the things. It was awful. So I ended up getting an advocate, pulled him out of that, and we got him into this tiny little school that was opened by his speech therapy clinic. It was amazing, and it was lucky. And that he went there for all of elementary school, and it was not, it was all kids who use a speech device, and they all learned to communicate with each other. There are some kids that have eye gaze devices. It was incredible, and we were really lucky to have it. And then COVID happened, and they couldn't keep open, and it was terrible. And that was when I first started working here. I was like, I have a real job now. I have to keep my job. My kid has to be in school. But everybody's been great about everything, anyway, so that was bad. I had to, whatever. We went through this whole rigmarole. We went through so much, so many transitions through years. Finally, we ended up, they closed that program 2 weeks before school, 8th grade started. They put us into this middle school, brand new people. He was running amok in the school. He had to be separated from the special kids. It was like he had to be put in his own side of the class. He was by himself. He was aggressive all day long. It was terrible. Finally got used to it, and then it was time to start high school. And this was just literally last year. High school came, and it was a huge mess. I only had him there at the longest 2 months. They didn't follow his BIP. It was terrible. It was awful. I got a lawyer. I was like, I cannot do this. I can't afford it, but I'm going to get a lawyer, and we're going to figure it out, and we did. And as soon as we got the lawyer, it was like, oh, we're going to fix everything. Surprise, surprise. So we got him, and I pulled him out of that school, and I did not care. Jessica Bell was there. She saw how they treated him. It was horrible. He would be sitting in a puddle of pee all day because they couldn't move him. It was bad. I can't even talk about it. I'm sorry. It makes me want to cry. I'll talk to you about it one-on-one if you want to. But anyway, after that, ABA. He didn't have anywhere to go. It was awful. He was in ABA with a bunch of toddlers for 3 months, which is fine, but he's huge, But finally we got him into this new high school. He was finally placed where he needed to be. We're in a school in Boulder, Colorado, which is lovely. They're called the Joshua School. It's an ABA-based private school. Sorry, I'm not saying the right thing, but it's got about 20 kids of different ages and abilities. There's more boys, by far more boys there than girls, which is interesting. And we say he's the mayor of the school. He loves everybody, and everybody loves him. He can't talk, but most of the kids there can talk, but they understand that he has AAC. And I'm like, I think we're Will's clowns, all of us, even his students. We entertain him. His life is so good over there. He loves it. He's so happy there. Let's see. We reached it after years of challenges, documentation, and legal advocacy. It's been the right fit for him. It's an hour drive. It's far from where we live, but worth it. His school day is just 6 hours, so it's an 8-hour day for him. The structure now, there's backup staff that tags in and out. He gets his BIP followed. We have tons of data. It's great. There's 2 dedicated case managers there, and this makes a huge difference. I'm an administrator, an administrative type person, and they have a huge administrative staff, which makes such a difference in everything. We need us. It's highly individualized, consistent, data-driven, and he's been in ABA since he was about 3 or 4, so he's used to that kind of way, His previous public school was terrible, high turnover in staffing with so many subs. You don't know if you can trust the subs. It's just somebody different all the time. It was just awful. He was supposed to be within arm's length care, and that never happened. And one arm's length, you got to have somebody right next to you all the time, and they couldn't do it. They just didn't have staff. It's a bad situation. BIP was not followed. The school's understaffed. I was called so many times to come pick him up, sent home early, which they're not supposed to do. They do it anyway. And what has made it work now was relentless advocacy, talking to people, reading online, leaning on the community. Kevin especially, super helpful, just knowing all the things. and document everything. Like, if you have a phone call, I write it down. And it sucks because you have to take extra time, but you do it. And you send it to them, and if they don't write back, too bad. I had one teacher who was like, you sent too many emails. I'm like, I don't care. Enjoy. I'm like, that's what I do, okay? Anyway, it's important, though. You just keep it, and you keep it, and you keep it with you in case you need it later. It works. Clear communication with school. I feel like I was clear about everything. And why it matters, Will is finally supported in learning. He has predictable routines. His progress is tracked. And he stays regulated more during the day. Like, behaviors at home got better, everything got better. And in 6 months, he's blown through all the goals. He transferred from the school district. He'd had these goals for 5 years that he was never getting past. And I'm like, in 6 months over here, he's got through all of them. So we're working on much better goals now that are, helping him. And he knows so many more things than I knew he knew, I was like, wow. So he's amazing, I think, and this school's amazing, and I wish this was how the whole world was, but I know it's not as inclusive, but for the kids that need it, I think it's perfect. That's it. Thank you.